The afternoon sky over Brussels glowed with a soft golden light as people from every corner of the world wandered through the city's historic streets. Tourists admired the centuries-old architecture, locals enjoyed coffee on outdoor terraces, and thousands of visitors wearing shades of purple filled the sidewalks with laughter and excitement. Everywhere people looked, there were hints that something extraordinary was about to happen. The BTS World Tour was only days away, and Brussels had transformed into a gathering place for ARMY from dozens of countries. Hotels displayed welcome signs in multiple languages, cafes played K-pop playlists throughout the day, and souvenir shops decorated their windows with purple ribbons. The city seemed to breathe with anticipation. Unbeknownst to almost everyone, 7 familiar figures had just arrived in the heart of the Belgian capital. Dressed casually in hoodies, baseball caps, and sunglasses, they stepped quietly out of a black van before disappearing into a charming restaurant tucked away on a peaceful side street. Their managers had chosen the location carefully, hoping the members could enjoy one relaxed evening together before rehearsals intensified. Inside, the atmosphere was warm and inviting. Soft jazz music floated through the dining room while candlelight reflected gently against polished wooden tables. The restaurant specialized in classic Belgian cuisine prepared with a modern touch, making it one of the city's favorite hidden gems. RM smiled as he looked around the room. "It feels peaceful here," he said. "Exactly what we needed." Jean nodded in agreement before joking that he had spent the entire flight thinking about Belgian waffles. "I know everyone expects me to say that," he laughed, "but I actually came for the chocolate." The table burst into laughter. Suga quietly examined the menu before recommending several local dishes he had researched during the flight. J-Hope admired the elegant interior design while taking mental notes about details that inspired him creatively. Jimin watched people walking past the restaurant windows, appreciating the calm atmosphere. V noticed paintings decorating the walls and admired their vintage style, while Jungkook eagerly asked the waiter about traditional Belgian specialties. For a while, it felt as though they were simply 7 close friends enjoying dinner together. Outside, however, events were beginning to unfold in an entirely different direction. A tourist walking nearby paused after noticing a familiar silhouette through the restaurant window. The person hesitated for a moment before quietly sharing the observation with a friend. "Doesn't that look like?" Neither of them wanted to jump to conclusions. Still, curiosity spread quickly. Within minutes, a short social media post appeared online. "I might have just seen someone who looks exactly like RM in a restaurant near the city center. Maybe I'm imagining it?" The message received only a handful of reactions at first. Then someone replied, "Wait, my cousin is nearby and said there are black security vans outside." Another user added, "I'm 5 minutes away. I'll check." Soon, speculation raced across fan communities. No one knew whether the rumor was true. Some believed it immediately. Others urged everyone to wait for reliable confirmation. Meanwhile, inside the restaurant, dinner continued peacefully. The members spoke about the upcoming concerts, sharing ideas about the performances and reflecting on how much had changed since their previous world tour. "It still amazes me," RM said thoughtfully. "Every tour feels different because the fans keep creating new memories with us." Jimin smiled. "They've waited a long time." "So have we," Jungkook replied quietly. Everyone nodded. Outside, more visitors happened to pass by the street. Some recognized the parked vehicles, while others simply noticed a growing number of curious people gathering nearby. Local residents wondered what was happening. Restaurant staff remained calm, politely asking everyone to respect guests' privacy. Most fans agreed. Instead of pushing toward the entrance, many stood across the street, chatting quietly and exchanging stories about how far they had traveled. Nearby, friends from Brazil met fellow ARMY from Canada for the first time after years of online friendship. Two sisters from France proudly showed handmade banners they hoped to bring to the concert. Everywhere, strangers quickly became friends. As twilight settled over Brussels, the soft glow of streetlights reflected across the cobblestone roads. The atmosphere felt magical, not because anyone knew for certain who was inside the restaurant, but because everyone shared the same hope of witnessing an unforgettable moment. The evening air outside the restaurant grew cooler as the sun disappeared beyond the rooftops of Brussels. Streetlights illuminated the narrow cobblestone road, giving the neighborhood a warm, cinematic glow. The quiet corner that had been peaceful only an hour earlier was now filled with excited conversations in dozens of different languages. Most of the people gathering had arrived with one purpose: to see whether the rumors were true. Yet the mood remained remarkably respectful. Fans stood behind temporary barriers placed by local authorities, taking photos of the beautiful street while chatting with one another. Many reminded each other that, regardless of who might be inside, everyone deserved privacy. Inside the restaurant, dinner continued at an unhurried pace. Jean complimented the chef on the meal, joking that he might have found a new favorite place in Europe. The comment drew laughter from the table, and even the restaurant staff smiled at the friendly atmosphere. RM thanked the employees for their hospitality, explaining that evenings like this, simple conversations over a shared meal, were precious during the demanding schedule of a world tour. J-Hope glanced out the window for a moment and noticed more people standing across the street. "It looks like something is happening outside," he said with a curious smile. The manager quietly checked his phone before looking up. "It seems there are rumors online," he explained. "Nothing has been confirmed, but people are excited." The members exchanged amused glances. "It doesn't take long," Jungkook said, shaking his head with a grin. Meanwhile, outside, social media continued to buzz with speculation. Some fans insisted they had seen familiar faces through the restaurant windows, while others urged caution, reminding everyone not to spread unverified information. Despite the growing attention, the gathering remained peaceful. People sang BTS songs softly, exchanged photo cards, and shared stories about how they had first discovered the group's music. A young fan from Spain explained that BTS had inspired her to learn Korean. A family from Indonesia described saving for more than a year to attend the Brussels concert together. Two friends from Germany recalled meeting at a BTS fan event years earlier and promised to celebrate their friendship every time the group toured Europe. As the evening unfolded, the gathering became less about catching a glimpse of celebrities and more about the unique sense of community that ARMY had built over the years. Strangers offered snacks to one another, helped visitors find directions back to their hotels, and even translated conversations between fans who spoke different languages. Inside, V noticed the cheerful atmosphere through the window. "They're smiling," he said quietly. "They always bring positive energy," Jimin replied. Suga nodded. "That's something I've always admired." The conversation turned to the upcoming concerts. The members reflected on rehearsals, discussed final adjustments to the stage production, and shared hopes that every audience member would leave with unforgettable memories. "We've spent months preparing," RM said. "Now it's almost time." Jean raised his glass of sparkling water. To another unforgettable tour. Everyone smiled and gently tapped their glasses together. Outside, applause suddenly erupted, not because anyone had appeared, but because a group of street musicians had begun playing instrumental versions of several BTS songs. Fans immediately recognized the melodies and joined in by singing together. The music echoed through the street, creating a joyful atmosphere that even nearby restaurant guests paused to enjoy. Several local residents stepped outside their homes to see what was happening. Rather than finding disorder, they witnessed hundreds of people laughing, singing, and respecting one another. Some smiled and applauded along with the performances, impressed by the warmth and positivity of the international visitors. The restaurant owner quietly thanked local officials for helping manage the growing crowd while ensuring that neighboring businesses could continue operating normally. Volunteers reminded everyone to keep pathways clear and respect the neighborhood, and fans readily cooperated. Eventually, the members finished their meal. Before leaving, they expressed sincere appreciation to the restaurant staff for the excellent service and warm hospitality. The chef, honored to have hosted such special guests in this fictional story, wished them success on the upcoming tour and thanked them for inspiring millions through their music. As the group prepared to depart through a private exit, they paused for one final moment. "No matter where we go," J-Hope said with a smile, "it's the people who make every place memorable." Everyone agreed. Outside, the city of Brussels continued to glow beneath the evening lights, filled with anticipation for the concerts that would soon bring together thousands of fans from around the world. In this fictional tale, the dinner had become more than just a quiet evening, it had become another reminder of the extraordinary bond between BTS and ARMY, a connection built on music, kindness, and shared memories that reached far beyond any single city or moment. Imagine BTS enjoying a peaceful dinner at a cozy restaurant in Brussels just before their world tour concert. As rumors begin to spread, ARMY from around the world gather nearby, creating an unforgettable atmosphere filled with friendship, music, and excitement. Follow this heartwarming fictional journey celebrating the special bond between BTS and ARMY. If you enjoy BTS-inspired fictional stories, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more.